You know what we are no longer doing in 2026 and beyond? Something where I'm calling it a wrap, like it's a wrap. Cut, roll, roll credits. We're not doing it anymore. We are not faking it till we make it. We are not forcing ourselves to feel something just because we think we should, just because it'll make other people feel better, or just because we think that's what the situation calls for. So I had a really beautifully, divinely guided um, growth experience yesterday where I went to an amusement park and I was surrounded by people who basically didn't like me, basically didn't support me, um, didn't value my feelings. And I was around another, well, it was in the same group where it was basically a group of people, a family, like an immediate family, who basically hijacked the whole day. You know, it took us long. We didn't get to the amusement park till 3:30, 4 o'clock because of them. And what I used to do was, I used to just have to shove my emotions deep, deep down in a sock and just play nice because, like, what else was I gonna do, right? I got two small children there. Um, and, like, what else was I gonna do? But, since I've been on this growth journey, like, I've made a lot of strides, some big strides in how I present. I made some big strides in my authenticity. And something that I was not going to do, something that I could not do? I could not stuff my feelings back in that sock. I feel like I burned that sock a long time ago. So there was nothing for me to stuff into. So, one, that little family, once they got there, because we got there like 30 minutes before them, I couldn't speak to them. I couldn't speak to them. I couldn't be around them. I couldn't even play nice, not even a little bit. Because if I was around them, if I was forced to be around them, if they said anything slick, because they end up forcing us to drive an extra hour and 30 minutes on some slick shit, I couldn't do it. Okay, so I stayed away from them. I played separate from them. When it came to, they had little kids too, the same age as mine. When it came to that, I let the father handle that because I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it. Okay. Then it came time where it was some another, in the same group, because it was like a good 7, 8 of us. Um, that didn't involve that family. I was like, hey, I want to go ride some roller coasters. We're here late. The park closes at 8. So half the time in the water park, we're only there for 4 freaking hours for all of that money. 2 hours. And it's not even about the money. It's just about the fact that, we talked about this 9 o'clock in the morning. Everybody was getting up 9 o'clock in the morning to go do this. So, like, 4 o'clock, that's crazy work. You would have think that it was 3 hours away. And it was only an hour and a half away from all of us. So, anyways, I was telling them, I was like, I was just, expressing my desire to go on a roller coaster. They're like, oh, yeah, Faith wants to go on a roller coaster. La, 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 right? So, literally, 5 minutes later, they got up, looked at me dead in my eyes, and then just walked away. It was like a group of 3. I was like, okay. So I turned to children's father. I was like, hey, I'm going to go ride some roller coasters. Oh, yeah, well, that group, they're not going to go ride roller coasters. I was like, dang, I just told them I just want to go ride roller coasters. I'm ready to go ride some roller coasters, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, it's getting late. It's 6 o'clock. Park's going to be closing soon. I'm ready. Oh, yeah, well, they just want to go ride one last water ride. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Even though in my heart, I knew they didn't. And so when I seen them, they went to go put on clothes. I knew that's what they were going. I didn't care. So I just went right on next to them, put on my clothes. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to the bathroom. And I am very morally upright, right? Like, I don't lie when it comes to harming people. I don't cheat. I try not to steal. Like, I don't steal. And it's just like a lot of moral codes that I have. Like I have a really strong moral fiber. I don't steal from people, but you know, back in the day, I would steal from a Walmart because I feel like they gouge us. I know the thing about the how they gouge prices and all that. So, but anyway, I try not to do that anymore because you know everything I want comes to me anyway. So if it's not aligned, I'm not gonna just force it. Um, I know somebody looking at the video like not her being a klepto. Anyways, um, but I have a really strong moral fiber. Like I don't do shady stuff with people. I don't stab people in the back. I don't do stuff like that, right? So, because I have a really strong conscience. I just can't live with it. I have a really strong moral fiber. Like that shit just wouldn't sit right with me. Like that's just not who I am. So, but I've also learned on this journey is I used to like be like really brutally honest with people, right? I used to feel like I couldn't lie at all, right? But no, like I've taken that back. Like truth is a part of my spiritual autonomy. If you do not deserve the truth from me, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give you the truth to sacrifice myself. So no, I wasn't going to be like, hey guys, I'm going to go get on the roller coasters, because they was like, oh yeah, where you going? Oh no, I'm just going to the bathroom. I'm just going to the bathroom. Put on my stuff, gone. So I guess, you know, they took longer than me, even though they got to the place where our clothes was first. So they ended up seeing me on, like, as soon as I got on the roller coaster, as soon as it ended, they was in line. And they was like, oh, Faith, why didn't you tell us you were going? We could have all went. I'm like, oh, it was right by the bathrooms. So, you know, people are okay to leave you. People are okay to leave you. But once they see that you're out doing your own thing, now all of a sudden they want to hold you back and be with you. Because another thing, after that roller coaster, I rode another roller coaster. Then I went in line for another one, and I was almost at the front. And they had the nerve. They was literally in the back. It was like a good 30 to 40 people between them. And they was like, Faith, Faith, Faith. And I'm like, who the fuck is calling me? So I look, and they're like, Faith, why don't you come back and sit with us? I mean, can we ride with you? Because it was 3 of them, and it was 1 of me. So one of them was going to have to ride next to a stranger or by themselves, because it was like 2 to a seat. And I'm looking at them, I'm like, y'all want me to wait? I was like, okay. I got up to the front, and not only before I got up to the front, I decided that I wasn't going to wait for them, because I could see after I was like, oh yeah, I'll wait. I could see the looks on their faces, how they started whispering and things of that nature. I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not waiting. I wasn't waiting before, but I'm definitely not waiting now. So I ain't paid them no mind. I stood in line. I stood in line by myself. And, you know, because that's the beauty of having personal autonomy, of being your own best friend, of enjoying your own company. You don't have to, you know, some people can't even piss without somebody coming with them. Can you go to the bathroom with me? Now, I'm not talking about in nightclubs and things like that, because that's like a safety thing. But when it's not a safety thing, it's like people can't even piss without doing stuff by themselves. And me, I rode 5, 6 roller coasters all by myself and had a freaking ball. I had the last 2 hours I spent completely by myself and had a ball. So Spirit actually rewarded me for mentally. I was like, no, I'm choosing myself. That was like a big thing, like choosing myself in that moment, because it was like, oh, he's going to be mad. You know, they're going to be mad. They're going to tell everybody that I left them. I'm going to be big bad Faith. They already don't like me. I was like, you know, what about the repercussions of it? But it's like, what repercussions? This is my life. I'm spending it by myself, because obviously y'all shady as fuck anyway. I did a bunch of screaming, so that's the reason why my voice. So when I got to the top, the person that I stood behind, he actually was like, hey, do you just want to go in front of me? So I started waiting for like another another round of people to go, I was actually next up. I was actually elevated. I actually went faster than when I was supposed to. So I say all this to say, right? Do not ignore your intuition. I chose the moment. I seized it. We're not forcing anything. We're not forcing ourselves to be around people. We're not faking it till we make it just so we can have a little buddy, just so we can run around in a group and be like, oh, the whole time we're waiting in lines. We're miserable because they're ignoring us. We are miserable because, you know what I'm saying, you want to get on that ride, but they want to get on this ride. But you, instead of you going by yourself, you're so desperate to be in a group. We're not doing that as well. We're not doing that either. We're not forcing ourselves to do anything. We're not faking it till we make it. We are standing in our authenticity at all times. Okay? We're not forcing positivity, because I'm like, am I really tripping? Because I really thought it was off. And then all the other people, especially that group of 3 that wasn't with the group who basically end up holding us back, they kept basically brushing me off. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I'm like, it's crazy that we got here so late. Yeah, but it's okay though. Yeah, but it is what it is though. You know what I'm saying? Brushing my feelings off, like I shouldn't be upset. Like I shouldn't be mad. Like I should just kumbaya and come together. No, I'm not kumbayaing and coming together, because just like that was there, because we ended up going to Hershey Park. Just like it was there, Hershey Park, they paid for their tickets. We paid for ours, and that was my day to enjoy Hershey Park. So no, I am not going to put my feelings to the side and just come together and kumbaya. Motherfuckers gonna feel his heat either way. They gonna feel his heat, because that's what the old faith would have done. And I would have ended up having a miserable time. Oh my goodness, because the last 2 hours, the time with my babies is fun, but I went to Hershey Park with them last year, so I know what it's like to run all up and down and the thing. What I didn't know, because that's only my second time being in Hershey Park, I didn't know what the roller coasters was giving. Now I know, and I had a bomb those last 2 hours. I didn't see any of them after that second time, that second spotting. Oh, come to find out, right? So I got on a roller coaster, and you know how sometimes you can see who's going up as you're standing in line? I think they saw me because of the scarf I had on. I think they saw me. I don't care. So as you know, I went on a roller coaster. As I was coming down, I saw them leaving, upset, mad, storming off out of the line. And I'm like, oh, you mad. You mad. But what happened to y'all leaving me though? Y'all was happy and fine and go lucky to leave me, even though I specifically expressed that I wanted to go. So this is like how real life situations go. The reason why I'm explaining to y'all, the reason why I'm venting to y'all, I handle it perfectly, exactly how I should. I'm not looking for validation, because I was already validated with such a good time. Spirit already validated me. Already told me exactly what I needed to know. However, this is for me to let you guys know, this is how slick things happen. This is how things happen. And because we're in a big group, because we're people pleasing, because we don't look like the odd thumb out, because we don't look like we're moping, we're this, we're that, we don't honor our feelings, when really the situation was messed up. So are you going to play nice and downplay your experience, or are you going to go for it? Because I got on 6 roller coasters plus a drop tower, and I've never gotten on a drop tower. I don't do drop towers. And I had a ball. I got on so many big roller coasters, and I was afraid at first, like, but the more I got on the roller coasters, besides from the roller coasters themselves, the more I eased into being alone and relaxing, the more I felt safe and secure and held, the more I felt confident that I made the right decision. That, oh my gosh, I'm actually having the time of my life. I'm having fun. Oh my goodness, I wrote this one. Look it up. It's called the Twizzler Twister. That was worse than the Superman. It's worse than a lot. It was worse than the drop tower. Because let me tell you, and I had these little kids next to me, these little girls. They were so cute. They kept staring at me in line because I was gorgeous. I am gorgeous. But anyways, they was sitting next to me, and I was screaming like I had never ever been on a roller coaster by myself. You think I could have did that? You think I would have felt safe even doing that if I had tagged along with them three? Or maybe they wouldn't even have wanted to go in there anyway. They would have been moving slow. They would have kept wanting to check in with the group. Because after I went on my own, baby, I didn't meet up back with the group until I was outside the gates of the Hershey Park. And we went in Chocolate World. Period. Period. Literally, the last 2 hours was me and me alone. And I had a ball, okay? And you're never alone when you're around people because, you know what I'm saying, you get the conversating. It was trees around. It was spirit around. It was me around. Soaking up everything. Being grateful for my experience. But I thought I was getting in my own way at first because I couldn't shake the feeling of being irritated. When I was with the group, I just couldn't shake the feeling of being irritated. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm being in my own way. I'm blocking my blessings. I have to be positive. This is the way to get through this. That's what I even thought at first. This is why I'm making this video. We're not faking it till we make it. We're not faking the positivity, the fun, until we're actually having fun. No, you're going to look back and be like, dang, that was miserable. I didn't like it. It was all right. It wasn't all that. Next time I'll go with different people. But no, I left being like, yes, I had fun. I was so proud of myself. I did that drop tower. I did the drop tower at 8 o'clock. That's when they closed. That was the last ride of the day for the people at Hershey Park and for me. Like, that was amazing. To like end it on a bang like that. Like, it was wonderful. It was wonderful, okay? It ended up being wonderful and divine and because it was growth. And every time, and that was the nervousness every time when that happened, when I decided that I wasn't going to wait for them on the first roller coaster, my heart beat. Because that was growth. That was something I'd never done before. Because usually, you know, if you feel like you're being excluded and then the group ends up being like, hey, why don't you wait for us? The old faith would have been like, oh yeah, they want to hang out with me now. Let me go. They're knowing damn well that's not what that is. You know, the discernment and the wisdom that I've grown over the years let me know that no. They were just mad that I got there first. That's the weirdness of people. That's the weirdness of people. Or they're upset that I decided to go off on my own. They didn't invite me, but they didn't want me off on my own. You know what I'm saying? That type of weird energy. People have weird energy. So I'm so proud of myself. We're not faking it till we make it. That's what I was telling myself. Like, oh, this is what I need to do. I'm blocking my blessings. Like, I'm not feeling good. Because when I was in the water park, once they came and it was all, you know, it was all in a water park and it was all, you know, I was just like, it was feeling like, I was feeling really yucky and I was trying to stuff it down and it just kept coming back up like vomit. Like, it just would not stay down. Then it was like, because they kept going to water parks, they kept switching out to go to the water slides. I didn't want no little ass kids under some ditzy little kids, because the one that was 3, they was all like basically under 18. One was 19, but he a little. Anyways, y'all not watching my baby in the water. Y'all not watching my 2 children, 4 children under water while I go with these 2 motherfuckers that I don't like. I'm not doing that. I'm not riding no rides with them. I'm not having no fun with them because they're not sucking my fun. I'm not giving my fun to them. I'm not doing that. I'm not being authenticity, hee hee ha ha in the ride, in the line like, oh yeah, we ready to get. No, I don't like y'all. Y'all played. Y'all don't respect us. Y'all don't respect our boundaries. Y'all don't respect my kids. Because it was multiple offenses that day where they played. I'm not doing it. So I wanted to ride some rides. I rode some rides. I carved out my way. I was like, fine, let y'all have y'all little thing while y'all go ride some rides. I'm gonna play with my children. But I told him straight up, don't expect me to be with them because they was his family. Don't expect me because I'm not. Because I'm pissed off and I'm not gonna hide it. So it just ended up working out, and I'm so proud of myself. Okay, I'm so proud of myself. I understand why it ended up like that because that was a moment for growth for me. That was a big moment for growth because old Faith would have just sucked it up and tried to be, you know what I'm saying? Even old Faith would have sucked it up and just would have been pouting the whole time. Then in between Faith, like I said, I would have been guilting myself like I was doing at first. That was the first instinct. Was like, oh my goodness, I'm blocking my blessings. Um, I'm letting my emotions get the best of me. I need to control my emotions. But this evolved Faith, this growth that I just hit yesterday, let me know, like, no, no. I wasn't supposed to be having fun with them anyway. They're not aligned with me anyway. So I'm supposed to go, I was always supposed to go off on my own. That was the only way I was ever going to have fun anyway that day. Soon as he invited them, the only way I was going to be able to have fun was to be on my own. Because they don't value me, they don't respect me, they don't like me. So you can't have fun around people like that anyway. So the only way that was going to happen, period, is if I went by myself. And the right circumstances, spirit organized the right circumstances, which may have looked unfavorable, but it really helped me to stand in my power to be like, you know what? No, I can't ignore this anymore. I'm not about to play nice. I'm not about to be this toxic positivity. Because at the end of the day, y'all gonna leave and y'all had a ball, and I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna be miserable. And what makes y'all experience better than mine? What makes y'all experience, y'all life, y'all this, more worthy than mine? No, I'm going to take my emotions, I'm going to honor them, I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to make the necessary changes. This is not just to look at your emotions and sit in them and pot in them. No, it's to make the decision. Hey, I'm unhappy with y'all. I can't stand, my skin is crawling being around y'all right now. And I'm not going to, and I feel like the control of the emotions was the fact that I ain't cussed nobody out. That was the control of the emotions. But anything past that was me bottling my emotions and stuffing them down. No, I honor it and I move accordingly. Okay, I don't want to be around y'all, so let me remove myself from the situation and go have fun. And this is why it's so important for you guys to be your own best friend, because you cannot make decisions if you cannot be your own best friend. But guess what? Here's the thing. Now that you've heard my story, whenever you have those feelings of I can't be around this person, but I can't leave the necessary the immediate environment, go by yourself. Go off by yourself. Take a moment by yourself and tell me you won't feel better. Be open to it, okay? It may scare you at first. You may feel like, oh, but then you'll see another person that's by it. It was a couple people that was riding by themselves. I wasn't the only single rider. And me being me, I was catching the attention of the other riders. It was these little cute little boys that, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't expect it because yeah, just know that I didn't expect it. And they were just, giving me little side eyes. I'm like, y'all, I'm grown. Grown. But it was a point where I seen them on one ride, and then I ended up seeing them on another ride. And then they were asking me, was it better? Because the dude I was sitting next to in the first ride was telling everybody that the other ride was better. You see, you end up seeing familiar faces. You end up making friends. You end up, like, not friends, but you get what I'm saying? You end up being like, oh yeah, I saw you on the last ride. How was it? That's how they was. They was like, was it scary? Was it scary? I'm like, no, the other one was better. I was like, the first drop is worse. I was like, other than that, y'all cool. The other one was way. You know what I'm saying? So it ends up being like, you're not even really alone. You look at people in lines in a group full of 3 people and they all looking at me. They ain't paying each other no mind. They looking at me. Or they having dry ass conversations. Or they on their phones. Or they doing this. Or they doing... Ride it by yourself. Do things by yourself. Don't be afraid, especially if you're in a public space. If you're not in a public space, try it. Try it for the first time and see, because maybe you won't have so many eyes on you. You won't feel being judged or being alone, right? There's a stigma about being alone that we gotta shake. We gotta shake it. The strongest people are the ones who can stand alone. Those are your leaders. Those are your innovators. Those are the people, those are the trendsetters. People follow trends. People follow influencers and trendsetters. You know, like the first to do these things. And I'm not even necessarily talking about the people who do it big. The people who blow up for it. Because there's a lot of stealing that goes on. So this is why we're leaving that in 2026. We are leaving behind faking it until we make it. If you don't feel successful right now, that goes with success. That goes with love. That goes with anything, okay? Honor your feelings because they're there for a purpose. Oh, one just got me. Just got me good too. Honor your feelings because they're there for a purpose. Oh, I ain't been feeling him. It's been real rocky the last month. And you know what I'm saying? It's really feeling like it's not ready to get better. I'm really miserable being here. But you know, the first 2 months was good. So I'm just going to wait it out and see if I can get that back, or because it's really not looking. No, honor your feelings and cut it off. Make some changes or just have a conversation. And if things don't change in the next couple of days, in the next week, it should be immediate change after you address something. We're not waiting. We're not doing none of that, okay? We're not wasting our lives on people, situations, or things that our intuition, our feelings have already told us to walk away from. We're not ignoring red flags. If things changed up, that means they were love bombing you, they were honey potting you, it's time to go. Honey trapping you, it's time to go. Things changed up, it's not getting better, time to dip. Oh, that's just how a relationship is. It's called the honeymoon phase. That's crazy. That's why so many people get divorced, because they have honeymoon phases. Because their honeymoon phase stops at the honeymoon, and then they look at each other and be like, oh, I don't like you. Actually, I actually don't like you. No, find somebody and be sure that you really like them. Job. Oh, I've been working at this job for a couple weeks now, and at first I like it, but it's getting, oh, like I really couldn't see myself. Like I really could see me being unhappy staying at this job. Oh, but I need a job so bad. Then you do what you gotta do, and you start looking for a job today. Okay? We doing practical. I'm not gonna tell you just jump out and leave your job, right? I'm not gonna tell you that. But some people who can afford it, jump out, leave your job. You know what I'm saying? Rough it for a couple weeks, you know? But for those who got kids and it's not practical, don't leave your job, but immediately start looking. Call out. If you know you about to leave this job, call out for them interviews, okay? Call out for them interviews. But make sure you have faith and make sure you know that you're going to get another one, because you are. You got this last one, right? You'll get another one. So, that is my spiel for today. I hope it helps. Please like. If you like, then it gives you the option to hype. I would be so appreciative if you hype your girl up. Please hype me up. Subscribe, share the video. You know, I love the support. Comments, that attracts viewer engagement, because this is really something that I really want people. It's not just about me. It's not just about me being seen. Of course I want to be seen, right? I'm just going to be real with you. But it is from a desire to help people. Okay, if I want to be seen with the body I got, I could be on there to, you know, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Or I could be out here in my underwear, you know what I'm saying? Buy a bunch of bathing suits and be out here in my underwear giving my speeches, you know? But even though I honor my body, I'm not going to cover it up. That's not the route I want to go in. I want to go in an integritous route, in a route, I don't even know if that's a word. a route with integrity, a route with substance, you know, because I'm full of substance and I'm following my calling because this is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm made for. So please share, 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 like, hype your girl up. If you don't want to subscribe, please subscribe. You can do all of the things if you haven't already done so. And I definitely appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And stay tuned for the next because I got some good wisdom to be sharing with y'all. It all comes from experience. I don't say nothing that I haven't experienced, and I've experienced a lot. I may look young, I may be young, but I've experienced a lot and I've grown a lot. I've changed a lot. And it's been hard, it's been painful, and it's looked ugly, but it's blossomed into something that's so beautiful. So I got y'all.